What's going on there, guys? We back with another one. Today we got to talk about Stephen A. Smith and Kyrie Irving some more, as one article is calling out Stephen A. Smith for a month ago saying that Kyrie should quit playing basketball, to now defending him today based on, his leverage with the Dallas Mavericks. And Stephen A. Smith basically said Kyrie went there, did what he was supposed to do. It wasn't his fault that they were losing games. There were other factors in play, but Kyrie came and did what Kyrie does at the highest level. He was the Kyrie of old as far as how he was, his production on the court, showing up, doing his thing, no distractions, all that, right? But the thing a month ago he was saying Kyrie should quit about, Kyrie made a comment about the media and how he's tired of the media putting certain narratives out there. And what he said, what Stephen A. Smith was responding to that saying was, the media helps drive interest in the game. And I completely agree with that, as far as, that's why you have a pregame show. That's why you have these talk debate shows all day, every day, talking about the sport. Leading up, there's always this big build-up throughout the week. And you even have it on the regular news. You have a sports segment. I mean, you build the sports up, get it in people's minds all week from different perspectives so that you could be interested in the actual game and the actual athlete that's on the floor or the field or wherever. And Kyrie, some of the players feel like the relationship between certain media members and themselves is parasitic, as far as the media member doing whatever it takes to get clicks and broadcasting their personal life and their profession in a way that isn't conducive to them, both financially and to character-wise, right? So we're going to check out what Stephen A. Smith said on both occasions. I'll be back with my full commentary on this.
Do they need to add another big player to that team? And the one who immediately jumps to mind, of course, is the only one who was sitting closer to the court the other night than you were. And that's Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you this offseason?
It does not make sense to me from the standpoint of Kyrie's history, but it does make sense to me in this regard. Kyrie, Anthony Davis is going to miss games. LeBron James is at a point in time in his career where he's going to miss games. Anything that you can do to make sure you have two of those players on the court at the same time while giving somebody else a break for the week or 2 weeks or whatever the case may be, whatever facilitates that is what you can do. What you can't have is two of the three constantly out. But if two of the three can be on the court and you interchange those parts and giving each other a breather throughout the season, yes, it does work. The ability of Kyrie Irving is not to be questioned. He is a superstar talent in this game, and offensively, he is exactly what the Lakers need. No question about that. But availability is always a question mark. And by the way, before I get on out of here, respectfully to Kyrie Irving, who doesn't want us talking about him, don't play basketball. We talk about basketball. Nobody's talking about his personal life. Nobody's talking about the tweets from months ago. Nobody's talking about all the things that he's gotten himself involved with headline-wise or whatever. Kyrie Irving is a good dude that's smarter than people give him credit for and all of that other stuff. But I do think it's utterly ridiculous for him to be telling people, don't listen to them. Well, why wouldn't they listen to us? We're just talking basketball. We're prognosticating about where you could potentially go. Nobody says they know or anything like that. And if you don't want us to talk about you as a basketball player, quit. Because we're going to talk about you.
Or don't sit literally in the most conspicuous seat at the game.
That was provided, by the way.
Angeles.
That was provided, by the way, by the Lakers. You don't get those tickets on your own. You get it because the Lakers facilitate you having those tickets. It's not an accident. So you know what? People are saying 1 + 1 = 2, and Kyrie Irving seems to be offended by us saying 1 + 1 = 2. It is not disrespectful to talk about you, Kyrie Irving, a superstar basketball talent. It is not disrespectful to talk about you playing basketball. That's all anybody was talking about. Where could Kyrie go? Could it be Golden State? Could he stay in Dallas? Could he end up in Phoenix? That's a crime now? Come on, bro. We're talking about you respectfully as a great basketball player and where you could go because potentially you could shift the balance of power. Only him seems to be somebody that would take offense to that. That makes no sense. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the most shocking things for me to say, Kyrie Irving actually has leverage. If you're the Dallas Mavericks, what you gonna do? It wasn't Kyrie's fault that things didn't work out in Dallas. Kyrie Irving did what he was supposed to do. Kyrie Irving did his job. He's no defensive stalwart. What the hell you give away both Spencer Dinwiddie and Dorian Finney-Smith for? By the way, if you're the Dallas Mavericks, what the hell were you doing losing Jalen Brunson in free agency? Had you not lost him in free agency in last summer, you wouldn't have needed Kyrie Irving because that Jalen Brunson was balling. He balled for you in the playoffs. He balled with and without Luka Doncic. They need a lot of help. Now, what Kyrie Irving is going to do remains to be seen. He's got a quote-unquote checkered past, but the brother is a superstar talent. There is no doubt about that. He has shown up. There is no doubt about that. If you're the Dallas Mavericks, what choices do you have? You don't have any cap space. If you let him walk out the door and you don't get equitable compensation in return for his services, how pleasing is that going to be to Luka Doncic? And if Luka Doncic ain't pleased, where's that going to get you?
So as far as that, I mean, I don't know if I agree with what they saying about Stephen A. Smith here. What he was saying to Kyrie Irving, I don't think he meant literally quit playing basketball. I think he meant the media is going to talk about basketball players. So the only alternative that you could have if you didn't like it is to retire from the game of basketball, because that's literally the media's job. Now, I do think the media could be more responsible at times, the way they report things. And some people feel like it contributes to things like Ja still having his Nike deal, whereas Kyrie got his taken away for sharing a link and, not playing some games and different things. The things Kyrie was standing up for, it feel like he was vilified and demonized for those things, whereas other players may have gotten a slap on the wrist for things that are far more egregious, than what he did. So I say that to say people feel like the media contributes to that. And I guess that's fair. There's some culpability there, right? As far as how the media reports, because we've seen a media personality or several media personalities and what that looks like when they are openly attacking a certain individual to the point where it seems like they're all working in unison to push that player out of the spotlight. And you sometimes you get the idea that maybe they turn down an interview, they won't come on their platforms and different things. I don't feel like that's what Stephen A. Smith is saying there. Now, he has said on the show that he has some personal things with Kyrie when him and Jay Williams got into it, right? But I don't think, as far as him taking up for Kyrie Irving, he's literally just talking about what he's done in Dallas and how he has earned himself some leverage. At times, Luka wasn't on the court when they were trying to make the playoffs, but Kyrie was out there giving it his all. And at one point, they were winning games before Luka came back, and adding Luka's ball dominance back to what Kyrie does actually took away from the other guys. When you have a person that likes to handle the ball on the floor and you have players that play off of penetration or play off of the superstar to the point where they're mostly standstill shooters or lob guys, when you have two of those on the floor, sometimes it could be a little tough because the players aren't moving without the basketball and everything is in front of the defense, right? So, yeah, man, looking at them, though, Jalen Brunson, letting him go was a big mistake. But as a basketball fan, I absolutely love it. I would not want to see Jalen Brunson still playing with Luka because he wouldn't be able to spread his wings. Whereas Kyrie came in with this superstar cachet, and he's going to get a certain amount of shots just because he's already Kyrie Irving. If Brunson stayed there with Luka Doncic, people would have just still been looking at him like he's a secondary guy. He's not the star that he is. I saw through it, but a lot of people didn't. They thought he was just, Luka's sidekick. And I'm like, no, this kid, he keeps it, he stabilizes the team at times when Luka's a bit erratic. Trying to get his triple doubles or what have you. So, yeah, man, but not to talk too much about that. I just want to bring that to your attention, what they're saying about Stephen A. Smith. Some people are upset. Like, he's literally said this a month after telling Kyrie to quit, but I don't really see nothing wrong with this particular thing. I feel like Stephen A. was literally just saying he's gotten leverage, and Kyrie's been playing well. And what is Dallas going to do? Are they going to let Kyrie walk? What are they going to add to the team if they do that? So You know, they hamstring with cap space and everything. So look, Kyrie has the leverage, and he has to use it. So, I mean, he can use it. So it is what it is. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, peace.